Okay. It's 9:53. It's 9:53. Our train is at 11:36. It's the MCR concert. I'm very fucking excited. I'm so nervous. I was so anxious. I can't even eat. I'm trying to eat because that is one of the things that I am anxious about. Like, I won't have eaten. That will not feel good. I need the body to be okay. So I've had like 3 spoons of porridge. It's way too spicy. And I don't mean like it's edgy. I mean, like, this porridge is too spicy, and we put cinnamon and ginger and turmeric in. I would not label any of those things as particularly like spicy in the way this is. This feels like I got it wrong and threw in chili powder. This is like, it's not the one. Okay, been doing makeup since like, it's not been that bad actually, like 8:30. Try not to think about the importance, because whenever I've got somewhere to go and I'm like, oh, this may, like, I won't have a chance to touch this up once we're gone, it's got to be perfect. If I think like that, fuck it right up. So fusion is a time. It's a real time. I can't tell what I'm doing or how many parts I'm in, but I'm tempted to say that there's kind of like, it feels like my whole subsystem is a deck of cards and they've been shuffled. But you know, when you cut the deck, if you accidentally do one lot upside down or like the wrong way around and upside down, it's kind of like that's happened. And like, there are some cards which are facing the same shape and direction as, say, the part of Kyrie that's like more Kyrie, yeah. And some parts that are more the same way round as Nightshade. And it feels like somehow the deck is between us, and I'm at one end and she's at the other, and everything in between seems to be sorting itself to be in/near the cards that are the right way round as it. That, so it's like sorting, organising younger parts and other parts inside, starting to, it feels like I'm getting fused into by parts whose values and ideals are more similar to mine, and like the same thing might be happening for her. And then I don't know what will happen then, but at least it's like, it feels more progressive, because we were kind of back and forthing in a stuck kind of way before. We spent a long time working out what the fuck I'm gonna wear, which is like basically what I'm wearing, and then some Vans. Very happy about it. I would love to get up and show you the whole look and deal with the whole look, but I only have like basically half an hour until I need to be in wait mode and panicking, although I am trying to avoid that. So, the MZR concert. It opens at 4. The gates open at 4. I've got a to-do list there that I wrote last night. I gotta check everything over. I would consider us to be ready at least, so that's fucking good. I'm gonna try not to be a really anxious mess. This is my basic, that's my main goal for today. Just try to relax enough to enjoy it and not think about everything. I've left the transport to him, who is very, very, very relaxed, bordering on concerningly so, and always has been, despite... You're a strange mix, and I like it. I noticed one thing which is really cool, which is like, we both did an eye each, and I was thinking about like, it's only slightly different, like the red versus the purple and the pink, but when we were younger, when the body was younger, I would have been more like, I would have prioritized and focused on symmetry, I think, over individuality a little more, although I always dressed weird. I always did shit that was a bit weird, but like eyeliner, I wanted it to be really symmetrical, and now it's like, yeah, fuck it, I'd rather like, we both feel like the face can represent us, and I like that about being alive for longer. I am really, really fucking anxious about everything. Okay. Okay. Breathing. Getting ready. We've got this. Making sure my phone's charged. Ooh. Okay. We have now got 20 minutes, half an hour till the train. I wanted to let the dogs out in the garden, get some fresh air, breathe. Remember to say things like, I am experiencing anxiety, not I am anxious. I am not the anxiety. The anxiety is not me. I am many different people, and we feel many different things, and anxiety is one of them. And it's easier, I feel, to turn anxiety into excitement than it is to go straight from anxious to calm. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on. I'm going to be focusing on how I feel adrenaline and revved up and ready to go, and how, go do your business, go on bud. My co-host, for instance, can experience all of those physical sensations as excitement and not as anxiety. And if he can do it, I can do it. So he ordered these which are made from his artwork that we posted on Insta a little while ago, and okay, the font is messy as hell, but I fucking love it. I fucking love this. I am in love with that pen. I love how we've done our makeup. I love my hair. It's great. I'm feeling confident in at least my aesthetic and my ability to self-soothe. And his ability to travel, to be honest. Jessie, you chewing grass? Come here. You're like a goat. Goat face. Go do your business, go. Go. Good boy. Whew. Okay, I wanted to see what I look like. That's why we're out here right now with the camera, because I don't have that long left but to prepare, but I have no idea how I look to an external person who's not looking in a mirror 2 foot away from them. And that's like very different from does my mirror catch the light and blind people at random? It might. How obvious is it walking around like this? I don't care, I'm gonna do it anyway. Clearly I care, I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay. What do my shoes look like? This is anxiety. This is like class A anxiety right here. Okay, I feel good. I'm done being anxious. Good boy, thank you. You're so clever. Yes, here, clean windows off the floor. Delicious treats. Alright. I feel good. I feel adrenaline pumped and ready, and that may be as close to good as we're getting. Okay, I fucking love this. I absolutely fucking love this. Love my makeup. Oh my god, that's so nice. Holy shit. Birmingham. We're on our way. Just the fuck. I'm just grounding and trying to breathe and trying to not have a panic attack and trying not to dissociate so much that younger parts are the ones in front of me, because then I get this strong feeling of helplessness and I don't want them to feel like that. So just trying to stay grounded to the body and not panic about whatever travelling might include, or about the fact that it ends an hour. I've just found out it ends an hour before the last train, and I've got to get back to the train station, which will obviously all be totally fine. Feel sick. My heart is in my throat. We're gonna be great. We might even have fun. I hope so. I'm trying. I'm really trying. I doubt you're gonna be able to hear anything but we're at the Birmingham platform. Yes. I am breathing, and I have nearly had 3 panic attacks, and I have breathed. They've sort of fed on to each other. There hasn't been a break. It's very loud and overwhelming in all senses. I thought I'd share. Okay, hi. We are on a train. I have nearly had 3, 4 panic attacks. We have had an interesting time so far getting here. So far, we've been walking, like, talking out loud to one another, as we usually would be. Way more anxiety inducing today, way fucking more, but also really helpful, and, like, it really keeps me brought into my body, and, like, sometimes I'd be about to have a panic attack, and he'd just tell me to breathe or something, and we'd start talking, and it just sort of pulls me back into our body and into our own world. It's like all the people passing by don't even actually matter at that point, which is weird. I still have the anxiety from being so visible, and from people noticing, and the reassurance goes deeper than that, like throughout my whole chest and everything. It's very different. And I noticed, it's really hard to get my phone at an angle, I noticed that the last time we went somewhere traveling was definitely before the years of therapy. So, like, we haven't adventured anywhere since learning everything we know about how our system works. And I usually feel very panicky and very young and, like, don't really know where I'm going. And I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm feeling that behind me, but I'm managing to stay grounded over that, and that's reducing a little, and, like, feeling more secure around me, behind me, in me, and, like, we're starting to kind of feel more sturdy and capable around the edges, and, like, yes, that core really intense emotional feeling is there. It's very physical in my body. I've just had to take headache tablets. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. My stomach is lead. My heart is, like, beating really fucking fast. I've had to just sit and breathe a lot so I don't go into panic attacks, and also this is better and I feel more, like, capable, and, like, there are more things that I can do about it. And we're getting way better at just existing and ignoring whatever the fuck other people might think. Like, we were walking, like, there was construction work going on in the train station, the first one, and as we were entering the long, echoey, dark tunnel with only, like, 2 other people in it, like, 1 worker and 1 other passenger, and we'd been talking out loud, and he was, like, asking if it would give me anxiety if he spoke to me in random places, and I was just like, no, not more than usual, or, like, yes, but I believe we should do it to get used to it. And then it was just this really loud, sudden, what about in a long, echoey tunnel, which, like, the worker turned to, and then I responded to, I just ignored whatever anyone was looking at. I was like, yeah, but no, but that's fine, yes. It's both terrifying and really helpful that he's like this. I'm very grateful. I'm definitely way more in my body than usual, and that's new. And the sensations are really intense, so it's hard not to dissociate. I've had 1 or 2 patches of dissociating a bit. But usually he pulls me back into my body. So that's where we're at. I'm going to conserve phone battery. I'm going to breathe a hell of a lot and listen to music and try not to actually have a panic attack or throw up. That's where we're at. It's doing good. I'm impressed. I'm very proud of every part of us.
What do you obviously if you freak out now, people have sat down?
My chest jutted a little bit with anxiety, but otherwise kind of just like, oh fuck. We found somewhere nice to sit. It's pretty good. I should have plugged in my microphone, but I didn't, because I'm only going to be here for a minute. We got off the train. No panic attacks so far. This is doing much better than I thought it would. It's nice. It's a nice, like, place so far in that the car park to the buses and trains place is very open and wide and chill. I have no idea which way the shops are. He insists he knows, and I am insulting our trust in him and his level of transport skills. I Google mapped it, and then you turned left instead of right. It's not my fault we're dyslexic. I'd still take my chances. So you really want me to not Google map this? I can live without it, yeah. Alright. What's funny is how much you get used to speaking in crowds. I still get like a jump of anxiety when he says something and I respond, but you do get used to it, actually. Always a bit like hyper-vigilant, and like it's always a bit of work to detach from what other people might be thinking. But more and more what I notice is that I'm more and more able to feel and think of what I'm thinking and what he's thinking. And it's like we're able to be the focus of our attention so much more that I still have a bit of a jump of anxiety about other people being around, but I much more feel his presence and his usually dryly amused sort of feeling towards my response. And then my response getting more confident and reassuring younger parts, and it's like those are just so much more important, and they get so much bigger that it kind of drowns out the anxiety a bit, or it levels it really well. I'm going to be exhausted after this. My body has been like buzzing with electric anxiety. My stomach is lead. I feel sick. It's all very physical though, which I love because that means I'm in the body. So that's really cool. This is all very new, very different. We've never had this. I'm going to try and enter into the difficult challenge of eating. God. Yeah. Yeah, let's. Then buses. That sounds good. Are you trying to make me overthink things? I've just stopped. Not trying to, no. I'm testing to see if I'm not going to. No, I'd never do that. We have found a really nice cafe to sit and drink peppermint tea and eat salad niçoise at because my stomach is lead and I don't know how to eat anything right now. The guy asked, he's a nice person serving us, and he asked if there was anything particular, and I gave a really honest answer, which I'm happy about. Really authentically was like, my stomach is lead and I don't even know if I can eat. It all looks delicious. And then stared at the menu without feeling rushed, feeling like I could stand there forever. Didn't think about what I looked like. Genuinely was just like, what am I going to eat that my stomach might manage while it's like so offline from the anxiety? Chose something. I'm gonna try and eat it. If you can't eat in the fire response, I can. Easily. I appreciate that. We're getting more used to that as well. That is like... yeah, getting used to this. I don't know what happened, but I just had a conversation. Like, it was a person I knew. Like, I wasn't rigid and unable to think of things. Stuff just kind of flowed out. I was thinking about the things I was saying, like when I'm on the phone to a friend. It was probably really loud. And yeah, it was this nice little cafe we found where I managed to eat salad, and peppermint tea really helps when your stomach is offline from anxiety. It still feels like fucking lead, and like it does not feel like my stomach is a stomach right now. It feels like it is just a car park with rocks and gravel in it. And I've got anxiety like buzzing and jittering its way through me. Very physical sensations. Very intense. Really nice place we found to sit though. It's like... it's nice. I like it here. And there's a cool French dude, and the people all who ran it were French, and it was just like a nice little family-owned seeming place with like genuine food. And the dude asked if I wanted room temperature water because I'd grabbed it out the fridge and it was an old one. Hold on. Sorry. Loud. I'm gonna regret that. And I was just like, yeah, no, I'm good with room temperature. And there was a dude next to him who he was like, "Oh, sure," because I just put there are cold ones I can get from the back. And the dude next to him was like, "Ah, she says she wants room temperature." It was a bit white knighty. I'm not certain, but it's like the stance was a bit too much. So I was just like, and the guy was like, "Well, she wants room temperature, that's what she'll get." And I was just like, "But thank you for checking. It was very sweet of you to check." And he was like, "See, tell him that. See, customer service. This is what you call good customer, was it a representation service? What's the word?" And I was like, "Whatever sounds good," because English is just stupid and none of it makes sense as a language. And he was just like, sort of, when I came here, it was very difficult to learn. I agreed that I thought it would be horrendous to learn as a foreign language because like there's so many loads of things that sound the same and seem the same and aren't the same, and then there's like all those extra letters in the word night that we're not using them. Why? How does this happen? But it was strange because it was so natural. My stomach like dropping and buzzing with anxiety. I could still feel my pulse in all of my limbs, and I could carry a conversation. I could think clearly enough to just respond loosely and naturally without thinking about how I was responding. I just responded, and that's wildly new. I noticed that it was easy, like it's easier if I can keep out of my head. If I'm in my body and I feel the physical sensations, then it's just loads of painful and uncomfortable and physical sensations. And yes, I feel sick. Yes, I feel like my stomach is in knots and like my like guts are in knots and my stomach is lead and I'm jittery and I can feel my heartbeat and like all these physical things. But that's the thing, like they're all physical sensations, and if I stay with them, they kind of move through me. And if I don't go off into my head, like I noticed when I was actually sitting down, that was kind of when it got hardest, because like I'm kind of in the fight flight, like go go go, I've got stuff to be doing. I'm finding a route. Well, I'm following his route directions. You are overriding my route directions in lieu of asking people. I've done that one time. Am I ever going to live it down? I might forgive you. Alright, I won't ask a single other person for directions at the bus stop. You've been right every time as well, so I'll stop backseat driving. This car is, you both drive from the front seats anyway, like, there are two drivers. I might fuck around with you, but I don't care. Do things your way. I'll do them my way. We'll meet in the middle somewhere. If we have better communication, fuck knows, it might even go well. I think it's going quite well considering our only communication that's decent is out loud. That's like a lot of, oh my god, I can really feel my heartbeat every time we're speaking, and I'm like, it's so hard not to be hypervigilant. But yeah, once I was like sitting still and I was trying to eat and just focus on like being present, I was really dissociative, and like he had to snap me back to reality a couple of times. I was really drifting and like almost felt like I was going to switch in and just, well, out, but go inside. And it was harder to not do something, and I felt myself thinking about things like, how are we going to plan the train back okay, and how are we going to get the bus. Like I was in the next place all the time, and I had to keep being caught and reminding myself and catching myself and bringing myself back to just breathing and the sensations in our body and how much oxygen we have and the food and like grounding. So it's almost like I can stay engaged easier when we're looking for stuff and doing stuff. I can stay with the body easier, but it's like when I'm doing less, it's harder to sit with all the sensations and not go into my head. You're doing very fucking impressively. You too. I appreciate the you make me feel much more comfortable talking to people. I know if they were dodgy, I think I'd respond fine, but I know you would as well. So, kind of more relaxed. You just feel so chill as well. I feel like it kind of bleeds into me a bit. Like, I'm really just sort of ing my way through the day with my heart ing, and my whole body is like really quite tense. and I feel very present, and I feel very existent, and like, holy shit, it's very much an experience, much more than it ever would have been before. Oh, it's a challenge. There are lots of challenges. I'm gonna go get a bus. This is the next challenge. Okay, we are here. Oh my god, I'm so tired. I'm so very tired, but we have done it. We have got to this point in the journey. I'm so fucking drained. We're just sitting because there was a line, and standing in the line for ages was like, that's my energy. That's my energy gone. I'm regretting getting standing tickets. We're gonna have to tag in and out. I am starting to dissociate a bit in the lines here and there. He's pulling me back to reality and taking over more and more. I'm very, very fucking grateful for that. And my phone battery needs to be conserved, but I'm feeling good, and I've got a t-shirt, and I'm really excited about that because I thought all the merch would be gone. There were no patches, and I can't tell you how much this breaks my heart because I wanted to get some for you. This is probably going to be a public vlog to just view. Yes, you know who you are. You, Poe, yes, you. I'm so sad. I specifically asked. I got badges instead because that was all they had. And now I'm just going to get my bearings and switch the phone off for saving battery, and then, yeah, we're going in, and yay, and I just have to keep a vague eye on the time past a certain time for train times. Okay. Yes. Fuck yes. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Yes. I don't regret standing. We don't regret standing. This was a very good decision. This is an amazing view. You feel like a sense of something going down this. Holy fuck. Okay, you're never going to be able to hear this, but this is amazing. We went to the standing pitch, which is back there, behind that fence, and there was a dude started going around with extra yellow tickets, like there wasn't enough space filled in this front bit, and they were just like giving out the yellow tickets, and he gave four. It was like four for you, and I was watching him with the people in front of me and going, I can't, and then he was like, I've got one left, and this guy came over, and I just went up like, is there any chance? And the guy was like, I'll give it to her, I've got 4 people in my party, and we got it. And we got upgraded, so we get to stand in the front moshy bit, and I'm like, I'm so fucking happy. Don't ask, don't get, it's so true. Like, honestly, have the balls to ask for things. It's worth it. Oh my god. amazing. That was amazing. I have to actually oh my god, I have to preserve my battery, but at one point I howled. He was shouting and I howled to Gerard Way and he howled back. He made a definite howling, a woo noise back at me. I howled and Gerard howled back. I was so happy. That was amazing. Being here with just us as a system was so much more incredible and meaningful and memorable than I can even describe. I have to preserve my battery, so I won't try. Oh my god, amazing. Amazing, awesome, amazing. So worth it. And we were capable. Oh my god, we were so capable. And our body, and like, okay. Yes, it's not as easy as it would be without symptoms. Yes, I really noticed the symptoms. I have a headache and my body is collapsing now. And it's so totally worth it. It's just, it took a lot for us to achieve, and we're capable of it, and we did it, and it was amazing, and it was brilliant, and we were able to just like fully exist and interact with each other and be there with each other by the end of it, which was like not even focused on what other people around us are doing or noticing or singing lyrics into the mirror at each other, which by the way, this is wicked conspicuous. It's not like you can just subtly hold it up and look at your wrist. It's like preserving the industry. Going in again. We're going in. I can't remember words. My head hurts so much. I'm exhausted. Can barely speak. So meaningful and fucking amazing an experience.